Let's get it. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. All right, let's get into this. Recording this July 26, 2024. And again, I gotta give my thoughts on it because I watched the entire quote or President Biden's farewell speech, the entire 11 minutes. I listened to it multiple times. And let's get into this. As much as I am getting annoyed by talking politics, it is necessary that we get into the overall scope of what he said, because he gave no answers. There were no answers. The answers that he owed the American people that put him in office for the past 4 years, the answers that we deserve to hear was, why exactly are you dropping out of the race? All right, we put you in office 4 years ago because we said with our vote, overall, I didn't, but we said with our vote overall that you were resilient, you're a resilient leader, a trustworthy leader, all the kind things that have been said about you throughout this entire process. It's gotten said that, it's gotten insinuated that you're a trustworthy guy and a career in politics and all that. So he owed us an actual explanation as to why exactly he's dropping out of the race. That was never given. There was no actual clear-cut reason as to why he decided to drop out of the race. It was never there. All right, I listened to it on multiple occasions. Again, you're listening to someone that was a very active member at Toastmasters, and the skill of active listening. I had to develop that skill of active listening, and I actively listened to that speech, that 11-minute speech, twice, and there was never, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you could send me a clip, you could do whatever it is you want to do, but there was never a clear-cut reason as to why he's dropping out of the race. That's number one. That was the first thing that really aggravated me about his farewell speech, or whatever the hell it is you want to call it. Here's the next thing I want to get to, and this is the more important aspect when it comes to how we got where we are, and when it comes to how we move forward, and why it's so important for us as leaders, us as business owners, us as particularly black men. And I hate to use the term black men, but it is that important because of everything that Biden is putting out there, and the direction he's taken it, and the way he made race a thing. The way he made race a thing in that speech is the part that I, as a black man, is very incredibly offended by. And if you're not offended, particularly if you're black, if you're not offended with the bullshit that he said and the bullshit that he actually insinuated in his speech, there's a problem. There's a real problem, right? I'm going to quote him directly when he said this. He said this is what came out of his mouth, and I'm sure he had plenty of time to prepare this speech, and he had time to edit it. He had people. He's the damn president of the United States, so he had tons of people to edit this speech and give a clear cut. It went through several reviews. We'll say it just like that, right? He said he kept his commitment to appoint the first black woman on the Supreme Court, or something to that effect. And then he followed up by said he kept this commitment to build an administration that looked like America. All right. Not once did he say, I kept the commitment to put the most qualified person on the fucking job, or I'm going to put the most qualified people in my administration. It was said I'm committed to appointing the first black woman on the Supreme Court, and then I'm appointing an administration that looks like America, not an administration that's qualified to run the country, or not a lady that's qualified, or a person, forget about them being man, woman, whatever the gender is, put a person that's fucking qualified, to do the damn job. That's the problem. And again, what I see, given my role as a business owner and an educator and a thought leader, and someone that is at a school that is dealing directly, primarily with a lot of young black ladies and have colleagues, the majority of them being black women, the feeling or what gets perpetuated and the insinuation and all the bullshit that gets put out there, I don't even want to, just the bullshit that they start to feel is this entitlement that because they're black, they're going to get some sort of government assistance, that being black has anything to do with them being qualified to do the damn job, which is ridiculous. It wasn't that Oprah was she wasn't the best black host of a TV show. She was just the best host. You can see it in the show. You can see how she cared for her guests and the philanthropy. It wasn't that. That's not how she got where she got. It wasn't the fact. It was not that, Gabby Douglas or Simone Biles, you know, these black ladies that have done incredible things. It wasn't that they were the blackest or that their being black had anything to do with their ability to be successful. It's the fact that they were qualified and they were good enough and they were talented enough to do the damn job. So when you decide to put it out there that you're committing to hiring someone because of their skin color, not because of the qualifications, it's bullshit, and it's insulting to our intelligence as black people. It's insulting like a motherfucker, and those are the things that piss people off. This is what the entire Kamala Harris campaign is run on. This is the foundation in which you're going to be running this campaign on. Not to say that Kamala Harris isn't qualified to do a job. Her resume speaks for itself. She's an incredibly accomplished lady. I'm not here trashing Kamala Harris whatsoever. What I'm saying is the way she's getting in her position and what's being said by the national media and what's being perpetuated in the national media is that because I'm black, there's some sort of an obligation. I have to vote for her because of the skin color and not because of any qualifications. And those are the things that are incredibly insulting as a black man. And we as black people gotta stop doing this. Stop it. It's not about understand. And this time I have a whole article coming out on this, and I'll probably do a full episode and really dive into this concept, because what has happened is we have turned the word black, we have used the term black community as if there is such a thing as a black community. Go look up the definition community and go tell me if there's anything to do in that definition that separates the community by black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian. There's nothing in the definition of community that separates it by race. What it says is it's a group of people that are combined based on the characteristics of a person. And then if you go look up the definition of characteristics, you're not going to see characteristics have anything to do with skin color. Characteristics are things that people are enjoying, people are like, just their traits and how they are overall as being the way they think and what drives them, what they're interested in and stuff like that. Again, nothing to do with skin color. Yet we have fucking grown men and women on TV, qualified individuals, PhDs and doctrines and all that other bullshit, talking in terms of the black community does this and the white community doesn't do this. They've gaslit you and they made it actually a thing when it has nothing to do with each other. So, those are my thoughts, and those are the thoughts and sort of the warning, just some initial thoughts, because I have a whole lot more on this topic, and it's getting to the point where football just needs to start. Please, just football got to start. Please just start football so I can get away from the politics and all that, because it's starting to get on my nerves, just having to address a lot of the bullshit that I have to see on TV, and just the bullshit a lot of them say on now. Like, how did you get the position that you got? Well, now that you have the president of the free world saying some stupid shit about how he's committed to hiring a black person, it's starting to connect as to how these people got these jobs on TV as it is. So I'll leave it at that for now. Main website to check out if you want some real leadership, real leadership. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work. It's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.